philosophy, the question of whether we are just bodies or have a soul has been a perennial debate throughout history. Are we just bodies that work like a machine, or do we have a soul that controls our bodies? In the book Are We Bodies or Souls, Richard Swinburne introduces his view on substance dualism. To this, I propose an argument that human beings are fundamentally different from mechanical objects as we possess a deeper autonomy and subjective reasoning, through the presence of our essence, the soul. In other words, as aware reasoning agents, we are substantially different from inanimate physical entities or machines. This is supported by 3 points: the simple theory of personal identity, the soul as thinking self, and soul interaction with the brain. The simple theory of personal identity contends that being the same person cannot be defined only by possessing the same body or physical or mental traits as a related individual. Imagine person A and person B swapping bodies. Even they exchange physical forms, they remain the same individuals. What keeps them the same is not their body but their soul. The existence of the soul is more plausible due to our ability to think, which serves as a datum of experience rather than explanation for mental processes. The soul is the eye of conscious experience and is equivalent to our own existence. When faced with an option between an ideal and poor one, the soul helps explain the reason behind the choice, which is not covered by mental processes alone. Each soul interacts with the brain. The physical world, including our bodies and brains, is not a closed system, because our souls create events in our brains that leads us to move our limbs. Selena envisioned an image she wants to paint. Her hands move to create a brushstrokes, not just as a brain activity, but an expression of her soul's thoughts and emotions conveyed in a painting. However, these points are criticized by Austrian philosopher David Armstrong. He believes that the way we think and act can be explained by physical processes in our bodies, particularly the brain and neurological system. The way we think and act is purely due to neurological and biochemical processes. Feeling an itch is just a nerve sending signals to the brain, which results in scratching. The brain can operate on autopilot, such as a driver who navigates without being fully aware of every detail. When reading, sometimes we don't absorb the words because we are not fully conscious of them. Consciousness is a self-scanning mechanism in the central nervous system. The consciousness of our mental state may be absorbed into perception, which can be considered as inner state or event that enables selective behavior towards it. Love can be reduced to a neurochemical processes rather than something beyond physicality. Humans are unique individuals, not just biological machines. We respond to emotion in different ways, showing that we are not pre-programmed like robots. Two people feel anger at the same time, but one calms down when the other reacts aggressively. This individual variation suggests something beyond just brain processes. Even when the brain operates automatically, the self-soul remains active. When we pray or meditate, we focus inwardly, even if the external distraction exists. In deep prayer, we may not notice our surroundings, yet our sense of self persists, showing the consciousness is more than just brain function. Science can measure brain activity, but it cannot fully explain subjective experience. The depth of emotions like love and pain shows that something beyond physical processes exist. While neuroscience explains that love is linked to oxytocin's release, it cannot explain why love can change a person's life, which point to something deeper, the soul.